Oh, you're right, guys. How's it going? Nice cake recipe for you today. We got some raisins, salt, nutmeg, eggs, vanilla, sugar, walnuts, baking powder, a bit of cinnamon, some butter, plain flour, and some coconut to go on top. Just one ingredient missing, 2 seconds. Green tomato. Yep, we're making a green tomato cake. Here we go then. Okay, I've already got the oven preheating to 160 Celsius. So I think the best thing to do is chop the tomatoes up. They've had a quick wipe over and I need 500 grams. So let's see how heavy these babies are then. So we got 400, 700. Take a few bits out, that'll be perfect, I reckon, yeah. So by the time we chopped all the bits out of them, we'll have 500. You know my recipes, nothing too exact. Let's get rid of this end bit, don't want that. See, that's already quite a bit gone, look. Oh, lovely. These are the big zacks that didn't get very big. No. Yeah, right then. Now I want to finely chop these. How am I going to do this? I know what to do. Right, we've got a flat there. Let's cut them this way. See if I can do them all in one go. Bit like the onion. I mean, you probably think I'm mad making a green tomato cake, but why not? There's carrot cake, courgette cake, things like that, you know, so give it a go, eh? Yeah, that worked out quite well. Doesn't matter if a few bits are bigger than the others. All adds to the joy of eating. Here we go, that's it. Ah, 530, not too bad. So while we're here, let's set that to 0 again. We want 175 grams of raisins. And 100 grams of chopped walnuts. These are just halved, so I'm going to have to cut these down a little bit. That'll do. Again, all sorts of sizes in there. Okay, then next we need to sort of cream together all the moist ingredients, if you like. So we've got 250 grams of softened butter. Next in, let me do it right, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Here we are. Okay, we want 500 grams of sugar. I'm just using white granulated for this. There, do. Perfect. Run out of room here, Steve. And 3 medium eggs. I'm just going to crack these into a cup because I don't like, as you know, I don't like cracking eggs straight into the bowl. You get a rotten one, you've ruined the lot. Not that you get rotten ones these days, but if you use exactly like that. But if you're using farm fresh ones, there's every chance you could have, you know, one that's been in the straw and the hay for quite a while. Now these are quite possibly the yellowest yolks I've ever seen. I'm going to colour of those shells, look at it. So just cream all this lot together now. Take a while. Certainly helps when you've softened the butter first. Imagine doing this straight out of the fridge. Here we are, nice and smooth and creamy. There's a few little pieces of butter still there, but they'll mix up in a minute anyway. So let's leave that for a second. Right, next up, we're going to sift all the powdery ingredients together. Now, the only reason I'm sifting them is just to mix them properly. Modern flour doesn't need sifting as such. You can do for light, really light things like angel cake and things like that. But let's just zero that again. Hang on. Yeah, zero. And I'll put all the flour in and add the other bits. 500. Right, where was I? Yeah. Just want to sift it so they all mix together properly. A teaspoon of salt. And as usual, I'll do it over here so I don't drop the whole pot in. Like that. Teaspoon of cinnamon. And last but not least, half a teaspoon of nutmeg. You can use freshly ground nutmeg, but I'm just going to use this. There we are. Slowly beat the dry stuff into the wet stuff. Oh. Right, that took a bit of doing. And right, last up, in with all these bits here. So let's see how they mix in. I'm using a fork now because the wooden spoon was bending. Well, that was hard to mix, guys, I tell you. Right, now we've got to put it in the tray. I'm using a 9x9 cake tin, pre-lined with some parchment paper. So I was going to get a load in there, level it out, and it's going to be, it's quite lumpy. As in, bump. But it's all mixed up quite well. So. Cool, that's better. It's all going to fit in. We'll see. Right, that's it all levelled off in the tin. Yeah, that's good enough. Right. Just a little bit of desiccated coconut over the top. That'll do. Okay guys, in the oven, 160 Celsius for an hour until skewer comes out unsticky. Well, there we are then. Looks all right, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, the house smells divine. That was an hour at 160 and it wasn't quite, the skewer was coming out very wet. So I upped it to 180 for another 20 minutes. And it put a nice brown top on as well. So I'm going to leave this cool for a bit. Let's get some wind under it and it'll cool a bit quicker. Then I'll tip it out and we'll have a taste, eh? Oh, it smells nice. It'll take long to cool down out here. Right, that's been plenty long enough. Still a bit warm, but If I leave it here much longer, the pigeons will have it. Ooh. Well, here we go then. Well, it looks all right. Yeah. Cool. Right, here we go then. That is very, very good. Yeah. Well, liking that. Surprisingly, the green tomatoes, they're not bitter or anything. They're just little pockets of joy, you know, a bit of moisture and that is nice, guys. Well, I better pack some of this up for the kids then, haven't I? Well, there you go, guys. Another way to use up green tomatoes. I've done chutney the other year, I've done relish, I've done fried green tomatoes, but I haven't filmed that because I wasn't too keen on them, to tell you the truth. Well, there we are, new one on me, green tomato cake. And I'll tell you what, I will be doing that one again. Oh. Brilliant, yeah. I'll tell you what, I don't want to eat all this, but I'm going to have to, aren't I? That's good. Look after yourself, guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.